Welcome back, fellow millennial technicals here. Today I'm talking about why I think cryptocurrency mining is kind of like one of the perfect side hustles. You're a millennial in your prime earning years, but you're looking for a little more Skrilla. You want to pad up your 401k, or you just want to spend some extra money on whatever it is that you want to do. But you got that pesky main job of yours taking up all your time. If you're looking for something outside your normal job that is scalable and can adapt to whatever your current situation is, I think cryptocurrency mining is a great option. I'm going to make the case for it right here, right now, because I think it checks a lot of boxes. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Otherwise, I'm the Technicals. Let's get into it. All right, Technicals, so I'm not gonna go out and spend tens of thousands of dollars on mining equipment. Why wouldn't I just buy the coins? I don't really try to refute the buy the coin argument here, but I will say that mining cryptocurrency offers a few different advantages and some disadvantages to just buying the coins and sitting on them and hoping for them to go up. Because if you wanna analogize, then you could just go and buy stocks and then try turning that into a business. You can't, but with mining cryptocurrency, you're making purchases. You're buying hardware, you're buying infrastructure, you're paying an electric cost. That's an expense that you're gonna be able to deduct from your taxes. And so depending on how you structure it, again, it's gonna be different for every single situation, whatever your tax level is, your tax bracket, what kind of income that you're bringing in on a yearly basis, it's gonna vary. But with those equipment, most of that equipment is depreciated on a relatively short schedule, if not Section 179 altogether. Keep in mind too, if you're structuring this as a business, then you have to pass the IRS's hobby litmus test, because you can't really just take a hobby and try to count it as a business and write off all these expenses and then submit that to them and think it's gonna fly. One, you're raising a lot of red flags with the IRS and inviting in an audit. Two, they're gonna wanna see proof that you intend to make a profit. For the IRS, you're gonna have to show there was a reasonable expectation of profit in this endeavor. So if you're mining it, you're gonna wanna set out those guidelines first, what you're doing, how you're taking in the income, when you're gonna take in the income, how you're gonna expense things, where the money's coming from, keeping books throughout. But it offers some flexibility in terms of your other income streams, because if you've got really, really high income, you're paying a lot of taxes on it, then you could offset that with this new business venture that you're taking on. You're making capital expenditures in order to make a reasonable expectation of profit. And so that may help offset it and be the seed to grow into something larger. Second to that, and kind of against the just buy the coins argument, cryptocurrency mining machines are kind of like DCA machines. And DCA means dollar cost averaging. It's kind of a common tactic that people will use when cryptocurrency is on the way down. People will say buy the dip and keep buying the dip all the way down. And that's bringing your total average that you paid for that coin down along with it. So if you just bought a whole bunch of the coin and then it went down 100%, then you're down all that amount. But having a cryptocurrency miner, it's gonna dollar cost average you along the way. And again, that's not the ideal scenario. And plus, the coin could go up and then you could have just spent all that money on the coin and then you'd be up. But this is the nature of the game that we play in the space that we inhabit. Having these DCA machines sort of locks you in and prevents you from making those wild swings in capital expenditure on just a coin or one single coin. It lets you move around depending on what your mining equipment is. You can move it to one thing or the other. Mining equipment also kind of serves as a discount machine, because again, you're mining it and you're making a profit. That means that you're getting that coin for the price of the electricity. That's what you're trading, but you're getting a premium by mining it that way. So instead of buying the coin for $1, you're mining it for 80 cents, and that 20 cents is the profit. So you're getting 20% more coin, or whatever that math suggests is. Plus, if the mining equipment is flexible like a GPU, then you can bounce over to different algorithms, chase whatever's profitable, chase the yield, what have you. My next point is that cryptocurrency mining is as passive or as active as you want it to be. Now, you can't say this with a lot of other side hustles. I can't tell you how many guys I've seen that want to start a pressure washing business or something like that. If you're starting a side hustle that requires your time and your labor as a sole proprietor, then you can't really work a normal square job and then do that on the side, because it's really going to limit your income potential. Now, as we all know, wealth isn't generated from selling your labor for time, unless you're in very unique situations where you're the CEO of BlackRock or something like that. You're never going to make super ultra big bucks. Even neurosurgeons only top out at what, $500–600K a year. Now, that's a lot of money, but really, what jobs are there beyond that that pay more than that other than CEO of BlackRock or CEO of something else? It's really owning a business that allows you to reach those income levels. And while cryptocurrency mining isn't a proper business in the normal sense, it does allow you that flexibility to be earning while you're doing something else. Additionally, you can be a lot more active with it if you wanted to be. You can get different types of equipment, say GPUs or CPUs, that require you to chase coins, do research on coins, and mine those coins versus something like an ASIC that's just really set on one algorithm and mining constantly all the time. But a good move is to mix it up, have ASICs, GPUs, CPUs, what have you. Next point, it is scalable. So if you're in a traditional side hustle who's selling widgets on Etsy or something like that, you're the only person making those widgets unless you start farming it out to China, and then it kind of loses the Etsy vibe. It's not like a handmade thing anymore. Point being is there are only so many widgets that your little fingers can make in your off non-working hours. But with cryptocurrency mining, depending on your electricity, depending on your capital, depending on a lot of other things, you can add more miners to the equation. You can add more efficiency, etc. You can make it bigger or smaller depending on your needs. Another point too is it offers somewhat of a quick exit. So just say it's not working out, then you go to sell the equipment. If you've got GPUs or CPUs, those are pretty liquid. You could sell those on eBay or Facebook or something like that and recoup some of the money that you spent. Same with ASICs, maybe a little different depending on the algorithm and what that coin did, but you're gonna be able to sell it because that hardware has a value to someone. Additionally, if the markets go up and people start paying a premium for that mining hardware, then you could flip it. You could make more money selling it than you paid for it, plus whatever coins you mined in the meantime. This kind of begs back to the question about, what is a side hustle? Because it's on the side of your main thing, your main revenue source. If you've only got an hour after work every single day, you're not going to be able to grow many side hustles with only an hour. But with cryptocurrency mining, after the initial setup, it's really a matter of checking on your miners, maybe doing some maintenance, maybe doing some research on the coins, and then maybe selling it, listing it, and going back and forth. It doesn't take a lot of time, but if you want to devote more time to it, then you can certainly do that. Now, of course, this is not financial advice, and I don't recommend that anyone do these things without doing all the research because it is a lot of money and you don't want to be throwing money out the window, but it is good to diversify. And I know a lot of people really don't like diversification for some reason lately. Michael Saylor said diversification is selling the winner to buy the loser. I don't give a fuck about Michael Saylor. He had $1 billion going into it. Of course, if you have $1 billion, you're going to find a way to make more billions of dollars. I'm talking about your situation because you are limited on time, because I know what it's like operating a side hustle. You are limited on time and you've got to find the most efficient way to maximize the return on your side hustle. I think it fits into a great spot too, because most people, when they look at side hustles, a lot of people look at it through the lens of, I want this side hustle to replace my main job. And it doesn't have to. You can continue to work your main job and do cryptocurrency mining on the side. And it beats the hell out of making widgets for Etsy. But whatever you do, if you do get into this space, do not make a YouTube channel. This is my turf. So I'd love to know what you're doing in the comments below, because I know a lot of you watching already have mining equipment. How big is this in comparison to your real revenue source? And where did you start? Did it just kind of slowly evolve, or are you growing it as a proper sort of business, running it like a business, expensing items, capitalizing items, so on and so forth? Let me know in the comments below. Additionally, let me know if you think other people who are not in the space should get into cryptocurrency mining as a passive side hustle, passive investment, alternative investment type thing, because I generally like to know what other people think. I think it's a good idea, but maybe the mob doesn't. So let me know in the comments below. Like this video regardless of what you think, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'm TheTechnicals. See you next time.